and now this hero who he
10
gets glimpsed
seconds
back is actually
remaining.
behind the Doom. Doom will be zoning out the rest of Aries heroes, and then
5
you can just
seconds
focus that
remaining.
one hero who gets glimpsed back. And on the side of Aries, like Trent Drow, I don't think this is like a real combo or something. I think it creates a strong lane in the safe lane, but then
Mm,
it's
I
it's kind of
disagree.
Team pick.
disagree with what.
That it's not a combo. I think Nature's Grasp and Moldy Shot's actually pretty sick. Like that's an underrated
Okay,
combo, I'd say.
sure. I mean, I can see that happening. I just don't think these it's like worthy of being first phase,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. No, I agree with that for
Like,
sure. It's not Venge
I
though.
mean,
10 seconds
exactly.
remaining.
First phase is like these super key important heroes like Mars
5
Phoenix, for
seconds
example,
remaining.
right? Or like Doom plus a really strong support that can enable your Doom. And like Trent Drow just makes it look kind of sketch in my opinion because you're gonna have such a weak mid game timing, especially against this Doom. I mean, Drow is actually technically good against Doom because even if she gets Doom, she can still deal damage in the fights. But I'm just so afraid that you're gonna get counterpicked so heavily in like the last 3 picks. So on the side of Aries, now they're also going for the Slaughter, so they get that minus armor against the Doom too. It just kind of feels like they're trying to counter this Doom so hard in this draft. Minus armor, long range hero on the draw. Maybe Trend Protector can use the ultimate to, stop people from running in when someone's doomed up, and the Rubik to steal Doom as well. But for the Dream, still have another 2 more
Radiant
cores they can
team
pick
back.
up, and they're gonna go with the Nature's Prophet. Okay, so I think that's a position 1 NP, so he can lane up against the Slaughter. I don't think they wanted to pick like a melee carry hero against Slaughter off lane because Slaughter is really good against that, and Nature's Prophet will give the
10
Slaughter a little
seconds
bit of a
remaining.
tougher time.
Yeah, yeah, he can lay a bit of
5
wrath onto the
seconds
Slaughter
remaining.
and kind of control him up a bit. Also, the Sprout very nice against him sometimes as well, just to stop him running in and getting off those instant initiations.
It
Dire
has so
team
much to do with
back.
laning, right? Like in these
Radiant
recent
team
times
back.
in Dota, laning has been everything. The team who wins the lanes wins the mid game essentially because of how they can control them, kill the towers, then control the map, and then as long as you can control the map, it doesn't really matter what happens after that because you will just out farm your opponent, have more items, you'll win the game. So Nature's
10
Prophet against
seconds
Slaughter,
remaining.
Slaughter won't be able to go in and bash Nature's Prophet, especially
5
with a Rubik
seconds
as
remaining.
support. It's not going to be possible. Neither of these heroes are actually very good at dealing with little trends in the lane either.
And can you not just fade bolt them and kind of ignore them?
Well, you can fade bolt them, but then you just fade bolt the trends. And Rubik has not a big
Dire
mana pool,
team
to be
back.
honest. After that, you still can use the
Radiant
trends
team
and your
pick.
hero with your Blightstone to be able to deny everything anyway.
You had your own treants though. What would you use them for? Because I'm fairly sure I just like have them around my house cleaning all the time. That seems like the obvious choice. I hate cleaning.
Yeah, I think if you do that, like they might just
10
kill you in
seconds
your sleep
remaining.
someday because you're just constantly just using them, right?
5
I mean,
seconds
I'll
remaining.
try to make it fair, right? I'll give them like 40% of the work, what they have to do, and then later we can hang out, uh, play some cards. That'd be pretty fun, right?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Like,
I
I'm
never even
sure.
thought of like treating them ethically. It's kind of bad that my brain just immediately went, right, how can I abuse these guys, get the most labor out of them? My next thought was like, how can I earn money from these treants? Jesus, capitalism has corrupted me, dude.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you can literally summon friends, right? You got coronavirus, you gotta stay at
Yeah.
home. Now you can summon
No
your own
worries.
friends. Like,
Don't
why
need homies.
not?
Awkward. And
and now, and now another person who can summon their own friend, Arc
yeah,
Warden.
yeah.
Selected
Oh, and
hero.
summon our own
Oh,
children. And that is
boy.
a pretty good pick into the Warden, I would say.
Okay, that's a solid pick. This is real solid. The only concern for the Brood is the Disruptor because you can always get glimpsed right back to bad position. You get caged up and then you can just die. But as long as he avoids that in the first, let's say, 20 minutes of the game, where by then he'll probably finish his BKB, I think this Brood is actually going to take over this. Who can
Yeah.
deal with him? Only Doom with his Scorched Earth. But then if you pop Scorched Earth, you just run away from it. with the spiders early game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can kind of just push the lane as Doom once Scorched Earth is up, and then go back to the jungle and kind of play around Devour instead, and just kind of hit
That's a long
neutrals.
cooldown.
But yeah, you're right. It's like 40 seconds off. 40 seconds double
It's
one,
a-
right? Oh god, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's like a long downtime, especially in the first levels. Like when he's level 7, sure, it goes on to like, I want to say 16 seconds or something downtime, which is not terrible. But during that time, Brood can do so much. He can kill you, he can take a tower, he can farm your jungle creeps or whatever. Damn, this Brood pick was pretty clutch.
Yeah, it
And
does
now all of a
seem nice.
sudden, whatever other heroes Aries has doesn't even matter anymore. Because this one Brood pick is like the game.
So what are the options for dealing with Brood then? If say let's say she has a great time in lane, she gets really farmed, she's
right.
gonna get like maybe Diffusal, Ags or something.
Yeah.
How do you play into that? Do you have to stop it before she gets those items?
No, you gotta ignore her for the early part of this game, get some levels up, and once you're level 10 on your disruptor, you gotta go mid and kill this. Because without the glimpse into kinetic field, I don't think there's any chance for FTD to kill this. Because she's just gonna like, run away, right? Inside of the spider webs. Even if you get doomed up, still gonna run away.
Yeah, that free pathing can be a real pain in the butt. Luckily, they do have the Disruptor, which is a very small mercy, and also the Sprout's going to give them a bit of flying vision as well. Anything you can get is it's pretty important. To be fair, they do have actually a decent amount now I look at it properly to kind of keep an eye on the Brood. Not Catcher, the Glimpse is the only catch, but they've got Snowball, which will give them vision, and the Sprout, which will give them vision as well, so those things can help out quite a lot.
So exactly what FTD needs to do is just like get that disruptor leveled up. Like his XP is probably the most important. I would even give him a tome this game over the Tusk, so that maybe he even gets to level 7 much quicker. So you can just keep on punishing the Broodmother every time she shows up on the mid lane. And on the Brood side, like you gotta understand, Disruptor is the only one who can kill you. When he's off the map, you gotta just farm and play very safe. And once the Disruptor shows up or glimpses somebody else on your team, you can just go back to doing whatever you want.
The battle begins.
Well, they're fighting over the runes right here. I don't think they're going to be able to take it off the Slardar, though, but maybe they can bring him down as they try to get in close here. They have the tag team as well. It's a lot of damage coming through onto the little fishy, and it looks like, oh, a ton of misses up the high ground, actually. Might just give him the face he needs, but no, does go down all the same. But the first blood actually happened in the top lane as they take down the Prophet. And that was just a case of the frost arrows with the Nature's Grasp. Too much slow for the Prophet, and he gets brought down instead.
The bounty runes going the way of Aries as well. That's gonna help them quite a lot in this lane. So they picked the Nature's Prophet and then they picked the Arc Warden. So they pretty much made 2 lanes where the Slaughter won't be able to have a really decent time in, which is very nice on the side of FTD.
I'm watching Doom start this lane, and he's literally come in, got a last hit, chased the, devoured the range creep, and now it's just chased the Brood around the lane. Not caring about creep equilibrium, not caring about anything. Once it's level 2, gets it, pops the Scorched Earth, just trying to scoop up as much as he can from this lane before it gets hairy.
Exactly. Broodmother's biggest weakness is actually level 1 because the spin web doesn't really help you net so many lasses. You can just try to deny as much as you can in the lane. During that time. So he actually got 4 denies already, which is really big. That's going to slow down the Broodmother a little bit, but obviously Brood's timing is now. She's already level 2, so the spiders are going to start coming out. Doom's going to start taking some damage. He's got 2 Ring of Protections in his lane. He knows what's going to go down.
A double ring, maybe turning into a Vanguard as well. I mean, that's what we've seen some heroes do against Brood in mid before, but yeah, we'll see what the Doom seems to go for. Not looking like he's trying for it just yet. Wraithband actually being wild by the Doom.
Oh, that gives you armor, right? Why not? It's
Sure.
really solid buy. Yeah, I've even seen Magnus get Wraithbands lately, just to get that extra armor attack speed going.
Interesting. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, we've got ourselves this Arc Warden and the Disruptor hanging out versus the Slardar and the Rubik. And this isn't really a lane we predicted here, but, the Arc Warden being put to a safe lane was inevitably going to happen once the Brood came out. How's this one going to go? Well, I'll hold the phone here as the Disruptor is immediately getting jumped upon. Do they have a bash? They certainly do. Keeping him locked down. Range should be dead, but right-click comes through, and they grab themselves a kill, as Rico will heroically tank up the Spark Wraith for his Slardar.
That was not the position that you want to be in as a disruptor. If you get in range of the Rubik lifting you up, that's very bad already. He just has to play with the Arc Warden and just hit the slaughter every time he walks into the lane. Look at the slaughter. He's already running out of his regen. So giving a freebie like that, it's just going to get more healing subs for Dire into this bottom lane. And that's how you're going to be able to sustain better against Arc Warden.
More fuel in the tank. Absolutely nice. Well, looks like this bottom lane is gonna continue to go quite well for Aries down here. We'll see what the Arc Warden can scoop up from this lane. Meanwhile, up on top of TP out from the Tusk here as they turn their attention towards the Prophet instead, but Tusk actually cancels his TP because they stop going for him. And the Prophet, nah, he's more than happy to TP back to base and just come back in with his global teleportation ability. So not really anything lost, and he's even going to come behind and steal the creep wave instead. Blue will make this kind of hard here as he comes through. Oh, he's actually... Is he taking the creeps or is he pulling? Yeah, no, he's just taking the creeps. Oh no, he lost the range creep. He lost the range creep, he got robbed. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, they get the kill onto Rico. Ah, Rubik steps out of position and gets punished.
The flux and the glimpse onto the Rubik, so much damage. I mean, when the lane is pushed out like this is when it gets really hard for Aries here. Because the Arc Warden can just manipulate the lane as he wants, if he wants to hit you or the creeps, and then Disruptor, as long as he's standing next to the Arc Warden, I don't think Aries can really like run in. Rubik's Slaughter is just not that strong of a lane overall.
Freaking Doom, man. He just pops Scorched Earth and just literally just starts running at this brood. Literally under tower, no worries. Yep, he forces him all the way back to the jungle, and now the regen. Meanwhile, Rico in the bottom lane going down again. Rotation in from the Tusk results in a kill onto the Rubik.
Yeah, this means they actually abandoned the Nature's Prophet lane altogether. This Jaw Ranger is just gonna free farm up here now, completely. So they're just trying to focus on like shutting down the Slaughter, at least do something on this map to shut someone down. Slaughter is not gonna be able to do anything as long as 3 heroes are stay here.
So Prophet's one of these heroes which can kind of build anything he wants. In a game where it's going to be quite poor and into the draft, what are we expecting from him this game?
Probably just aura items in general. I don't think the Doom's buying any auras, so he's probably going to go like some kind of mech, maybe a hood into like a pipe or something. A pipe is kind of useless game against Aries, huh? So Crimson Guard would be the ideal solution to that. Mech and Crimson Guard I think would help quite a bit in keeping your team alive.
Yeah, especially into the smallest of damage of the brood as well.
And a more greedier build, I guess, this game could be a Orchid, so you can provide a little bit more control for your team. I just don't see how Orchid benefits FTD this game against Ares' lineup. Like, most of the heroes are all physical damage, and you have like enough Doom and the Glimpse and things like that. So.
Bottom lane, they're going real deep for the Slardar right here, but they are not going to find it. Oh, no, I say that. Glimpse comes back, shoving him back under that tower. Still just getting on top of him here, and the Fade Bolt will come out from Rico, but not enough to keep the Slardar alive. Rico now just trying to bring down the Arc Warden, but the tower is actually turning to hit him. Oh, no, Salve coming out. Well, that's actually going to keep him alive. Does get cancelled, but nevertheless, a big Salve coming out. Don't even know whose that was.
That was his teammate Salve. That was not him. Yeah.
What a god.
That was really clutch. I mean, I didn't know how the tower, like, started to hit the Arc Warden again. I think somebody like gave back the aggro onto the Arc Warden, which was a mistake, but then still salvaged, managed to survive this. Yeah, I wanted to say one thing. This Doombringer got the most amazing creep against the Mana Burn creep, and he got a regen rune, right? So every time the Brew shows in the lane, he just pop in the Mana Burn. That means one less spawn Spiderlings that will come out, and that's actually helping the Doom so much right now.
They're going for the rotation onto him here as Rubik comes in from the side. Does have that lift. He's holding on for the time being as this isn't really a go. I'm not sure what this is.
Yeah, you can't do that while Scorched Earth is on. You have to wait till the Scorched Earth ends and then you can go again if you want. Like right now the Scorched Earth is about to end. Like he can actually go on.
Oh, Doom actually replaced and went for Hell Boulder instead.
Okay. Maybe for the little bit of a stun with his Doom later to be able to get a kill out onto like a Jaw Ranger or something top lane. If he plans to make a rotation, that could be good. Bottom though.
Prophet very much dead. One more right click will finish the job. Meanwhile at bottom lane, they're going to go forward onto the Slardar here. Snowball comes in, damage comes out. The TP coming on over. Is it going to be enough to save from those Spark Wraith? It's going to connect and he is going to die. But the Drow comes over, gets a kill on the rain. A double kill for the Drow here. And then he's actually... No, the clone's fine. Runs out. No money going towards the Drow. But oh no, the actual Arc Warden, he's in some real trouble here. He's got no teammates helping him out either. He's trying to run around the trees, trying to do a little bit of jukes. But unfortunately, you can't really juke juke two heroes in this area, and he is going to get brought down. And a triple kill for the Drow, but they want revenge. They're coming in thick and fast. The tag team is out as well. Prophet trying to grab him here. This feels a little bit over-ambitious, as it's just the two of them and the Disruptor backing them up, but the damage now coming through onto the Tusk. Instead, the right click, so there it's an ultra kill for the Drow. YRG still trying to fight up into this Drow Ranger. They'll throw down the trees, if anything, just to stop her getting a freaking rampage at this point. Rain still being chased, though. Drow's coming. She's hungry. Oh! Report Rico. What the hell wrong with you, man? Dude,
he was dead.
what the hell?
Bro.
Report this freaking Rubik, man. Oh my god.
Oh wow.
He's
all right.
He's getting kicked.
Okay, right?
He's unless he's a captain, he's getting kicked from this team after this game. I'm telling you, I would.
Dude, you gotta boost the morale, man. Or getting a rampage in that situation is so hype, right? You just getting so much confidence.
Yeah, game was going either way, and then all of a sudden you get yourself a rampage of your Drow, and all of a sudden you're just like, hell yeah, dude, we're gonna smash this one. Well, can we report here? Can we report people?
No, I'm not. It's okay. I get it. Listen, man. Sometimes you gotta get fed too, right? Now he's got Arcane boost, dude. He's gonna go give Arcane to the Drow. Everything is good.
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember hearing, I think, Blitz talk about how you have to steal kills as Rubik. You have to use that Fade Bolt to steal kills because the hero just needs so much to be a factor. And they're looking over towards the Doom here, but again, this Doom's just roaming around doing what he wants. And for some reason, we still got CS turned on. We'll switch over to Net Worth, as we should have done a while ago, and see that Drow, and surprisingly on top, followed by the Doom, followed by the Brood. So the Brood actually lost her lane. Good job, Doom.
Is that what the Net Worth's saying? Yep.
It is. It is quite substantially.
That's just the power of Devour, man. This spell is so broken. 200 gold every 70 seconds.
Yeah, right.
How?
Almost stuff. Ruby's like, please let me get Devour. Doom's just like, hell no, it's my money.
So they've done a pretty good job at defending mid. The Doom has done a good job at not dying while the score shard is on cooldown. So they made it to the 10-minute mark, and this is where I feel like Disruptor needs to get his tome, and he's got it queued up. He knows that he needs his tome. There's no other way they're gonna kill him.
He is the exterminator this game. He is the guy on the TV saying, "Spiders in your house? I can take care of them. Disruptor extermination services."
No, he'll get rid of the mother. He cannot get rid of anything else. He cannot get rid of all the small little ones that are being spawned there.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're killing a hive, right? All you need to do is catch the queen and move her, and actually you don't kill any bees. That's what they do now as well to keep the bees alive, because they're so important to the ecosystem. That if you do call an exterminator to get rid of bees, they don't actually kill any of them. They just find the queen, pick her up, move her somewhere else, and the rest of the bees go, "Oh, queen's over there, guys. Off we go. We're relocating."
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. At least that's how we do it over here. I can't speak for the entire world, but I would hope everybody's trying to do the same, because bees are cool and they're dying, which isn't cool. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Drow looking like she's up to some shenanigans here. Rico as well in the neighborhood, but there's a lot of heroes coming on over. I think they might need to shift this into reverse right now, which they are trying to do so. Oh no, the snowball coming over onto the Drow here. I'll have Rampageless Drow getting jumped. Meanwhile, Rain in the backline's actually just straight up dying to Rico. And Drow Ranger not actually out of here yet. She's running herself away, turning it around with a multi-shot. They get the kill onto the Tusk. And YRG's also going to get dropped. A horrendous gank attempt completely ruined here, as the Arc Warden's clone probably going to drop as well here. The damage comes on through, and they will get him down. A bit of extra gold going the way, I think, of the Drow there as well. So huge money coming in for Aries after that one.
180 gold for the clone too. Damn. This Drow is getting massive, man. She's got 6 kills already. Just 11 minutes into the game. I mean, that was a really nice play bottom. You gotta protect your Drow Ranger. You can't let it die in any way. And FTD, I think they're focusing their attention on the wrong side of the map here. They gotta play around the top and middle area. They gotta try to take this mid tower so they can stop the Broodmother from just constantly farming all the camps. Because every time they go bottom, they're like, this is perfect for the Brood. She just continues to free farm, and at the same time, FTD is not applying any pressure on the map.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I'm kind of worried about this game as well is that if Aries get a chance, they're going to blitz Roshan so quickly this game. They've got the Slardar and Drow, these two heroes. I mean, throw in a Brood for good measure, and this Roshan is going to just completely disappear. So that's something FTD need to be really concerned about this game and just keeping an eye upon. They've got very good vision for the rush.
Watching both of these two games, Aries is just much better at playing the early game than FTD is, which is like interesting because I think FTD late game they're really good at like getting that one fight that they're looking for, or maybe that's just their play style, right? They just want to farm up for the late game. They don't really want to think too much about the early mid game as much. But Aries have been like outperforming, I feel, FTD in this first game and the second game. In the early game, at least.
The early game, definitely. It's the team fights where it really started to matter, though. Last game for FTD. Aries.
Exactly.
You guys got to pull it out the bag when it comes to these fights, and that's what they're trying to do here is to get the wraparound in the middle lane. They can see everything. Now, who do they go for? Rain, it doesn't look to be a great target for them, although I would expect them to want to take down this Disruptor pretty hard, but let's see what they go for instead. As Curry's going to go over the head, and they'll know exactly who is here. And LWW just going to throw in the overgrowth straight away as they drop the damage down onto that Disruptor. He gets taken down. The Doom will not be a target because he's just too tanky right now. He's even got himself some ice armor as well. Plus 25 armor when he's under the tower. Excuse me? Yo, this Doom has so much armor, and that's a big deal versus the Drow because she only penetrates your base armor. So the Doom now sitting on plus 27 armor. He's not going to care about this Drow.
Yeah, ice armor is so freaking good at this point in the game, especially against all the physical damage reduction from Aries too. With the Slaughter, they get that Light Stone too. I mean, I think the Doom will still die though. Like, you'd be surprised how much damage is coming out of Aries' side at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he will still definitely die. Like, he only has 1,600 HP, which is not a whole lot. Like, going for Shiva's first item also means that he doesn't have a whole lot of mobility. Like, no Blink Dagger, which is normally the item that you see before the Shivas. But he just feels like he needs this. It's pretty good. I would say it's quite good against Doom though, because I'm sorry, against Brood. So you can just like Doom, Shivas, enough slow, you get that Infernal Blade, and that should be enough to kill a Brood Mother.
Yeah, with all the armor, he's not going to be worried about being run down by spiders either.
And Shivas will also kill off the spiders, as well.
Oh really? Okay. Good luck then, Brood. Oh, 15 minutes in, and FTD, they are on the backlines. A hero we haven't really talked about a whole lot. We'll hold the phone here. Might be making the play onto the Slardar. Rain just holding. Oh, didn't wait long enough for that glimpse there, but wanted to keep vision on the Slardar, so he's going to be able to get himself away as the kinetic field will not land. But yeah, a hero we haven't talked about so much this game has definitely been this Arc Warden now. He's got his Midas, he's got his Maelstrom as well finished up. He's, you know, pretty far behind when it comes to net worth, as he has been struggling a wee bit to really find his effectiveness in this game. Is this Arc Warden going to be a factor in the late game? You know, I mean, he kind of has to be, right?
Well, eventually he's going to have a lot of items. I don't think Aries is trying to stop him from farming the triangle area. Later, it's going to be a lot harder to also break the high ground because of the magnetic field as well. And I think it's a pretty good hero against Drow too. He will have impact. It's just all depends on how much the Doom can do in the fights first. If the Doom dies without casting any spells, there's nothing Arc Warden can do after that. So everything is actually dependent on the Doom accomplishing a lot in the team fights.
Yeah, a lot of focus being put on him this game, that's for sure. Meanwhile, Ariuta just pushing in this bottom tower. Hecking away at it. Arc Warden will come in to defend though.
Here comes the smoke. They don't have the Shivas yet, but that's okay. They got the Glimpse, they got the Storm.
Aries, no, they're just going to go and TP out on their Drow. They're not really too worried about the Ruby going down here, but meanwhile, they've actually found the Treant as well here, so 2 targets being jumped upon there. We'll be able to take one. Actually, Drow's back. Meanwhile, they'll jump over towards the Rubik right now. Rubik packing himself away. The Brood's coming in as well. I think the Drow actually decided they wanted to fight this one. Let's see what happens here, though. She's kind of caught out alone. I think maybe she got glimpsed, I'm not sure. Meanwhile, the Doom gets beaten on down. Unfortunately, on the front lines here, that's a pretty big deal as Phoenix comes in with this new BKB and just tears them apart. They're going for the TPs out. Is there any cancels? Doesn't seem like there is. Oh, the Tusk with the long TP actually gets killed off during it. Double kill for the Spider. As turns out it was the exact right. Did you see if the Drow cancelled their TP or got glimpsed?
I think she cancelled it. They wanted to fight. Oh, no, she didn't even use the TP in the fight.
Oh, yeah, I suppose she was in the... Oh, it's that stupid aura effect. My bad.
You thought it was a TP.
I got baited hard,
get it.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say, like, FTD, man, they gotta stop going into this bottom lane. Like, have they not learned their lesson yet? Every time they go into this bottom lane, they're not getting any pressure out. And they're running into the vision of Aries as well. Like, if the Doom doesn't Doom someone instantly, you know, the key heroes of Aries is just gonna run away. And Phoenix making an amazing play, just TPing in. Normally, you don't see Broodmothers TPing into fights like that.
Yeah. But now they go again. Atos comes out, this time onto the Drow, but the three-man starts along with the three-man crush. Gonna hold them back for the time being. The snowball comes through, they're just trying to kill off this Drow here. They need to do so as they've committed so much to it already, and they will get the Drow. Now they're looking for more. Next target's gonna be Rico here as he runs himself northwards towards those trees. Meanwhile, jiggling himself around a bit and going for the TP here. Might be successful in doing so, taking a decent amount of damage, but will not die. Gonna be just a singular kill for the Radiant. Not a huge win for FTD, but you know, it's the Drow. It's the most important target.
Right. I mean, our coordinate was also be able to farm during this time. I think Aries just overstepped their boundaries because FTD is surviving on all of their heroes, right? So they're gonna have to do something on the map. They could have backed out a little bit earlier. Drow would have been fine if they lost a Trend Protector. Perfect. But now that Drow dead, it's a small loss, like you said. But they committed so many heroes into this bottom area of the map again. They can't like connect this into any objectives.
No, and actually, Brood looking at Roche here. I mean, with the Slardar, they can do this easily.
Yeah, this is a good idea because Doom is on cooldown, right? How is FTD going to be able to fight you if Doom's on cooldown? So, easy Roshan. That's actually a big win for Aries.
It is. They've managed to turn this one in their favor. Spark Race will see this, but there's nothing to be done anymore. The Aegis is in the hands of the Drow, but they've already kind of... No, it's just a clone. Nothing being committed for this one, actually.
This Drow needs an MKB, I believe, to combat the magnetic field. That spell is really annoying for Drow Rangers because she can't get into the bubble, right, to try and fight back.
No, true. MKB would be a good idea. She's got the Hurricane Pike for that, but at the same time, yeah, it's not really how you want to be using. Aggressive Hurricane Pikes are always risky as hell. WW gets killed off in the bottom lane. Did finish off his Meteor Hammer though, so all's good.
They've been doing a good job of at least fighting the Trend Protector, which is kind of surprising to me. But that's because he doesn't have the invisibility yet, right, on the Trend. So that, I guess that makes sense. So once he's level 10, I don't think they're going to be able to find him so easily anymore.
Rubik Force Punches is pretty goddamn underwhelming.
Yeah, it is. He's got a Philosopher's Stone. He's going to get Blink. It's going to be pretty big Rubik this game, as long as he holds on to the stone here. I'm not entirely sure what other key spells he's going to take. It's most likely just going to be Doom, right? There's not a lot of good spells on the side of FTD for this Rubik to take. Oh, he might be dead here. Oh, okay.
Nah, Sar's coming over. This bro is going to tank it up for him. Don't worry, I'll take this Spark Wraith, son.
Yeah, I hate our Coordinate, by the way, so much. Especially
Really?
if you're playing support, man. Oh, not even support, even a core. You know how hard it is to deal with this hero late game? Like, once he gets, like, Shadow Blade, and he just goes in and finds someone, he just removes, like, 80% of your health.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. And you're like, well, do I commit to killing it? But then, how long has the thing been alive for? I don't really know. It's just, oh, man. Yeah. Must feel good when you kill those clones, though.
Oh, 300 gold clone? Oh, hell yeah. But it's not easy to kill. They're so tanky.
Rico's been found in the bottom lane. I wonder if they can do anything with this. They need a couple more heroes to come in for this, but with the Atos, they can actually keep him still for a very long time. And now comes in the snowball, in comes the damage, and in comes the punch, and see you later, Rubik.
It's okay, man. He's got Philosopher's Stone. He's happy. He's just gonna chill, collect his interest here.
Still making money from the grave.
Almost got that blink dagger.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Brood's actually finished off the Ag, so that's pretty big timing for her.
Oh yeah. Now it's really hard to just doom up a Broodmother and try to kill her. She's just gonna run away at supersonic speed. Aim Claw 2 on the Brood. That's a nice item. Does a lot of damage. Oh, he sees this Arc Warden, but then the Arc Warden just kills all your spiders. Oh. That's the
so much lightning. Right, Jesus.
Yeah. Mjolnir Arc Warden, just put it on yourself.
Yep.
Exterminator right here.
You want to hit me? I want to hit you. No worries.
So their plan now is just try to go for the tier 1 top here. Disruptor's trying to push bottom. Maybe they can apply some pressure as well and get a trade going on the towers here. I think FTD can't really run into Aries when they're grouped up as 5. Because you're playing Nature's Prophet, right? Like when you're playing NP, your plan has to be split push, make someone TP, and then take the fight on the other side. Look at his build on the NP. Went Atos into Crimson now. I think the Crimson is a great item this game. Against Brood, Slaughter, Drought, all the physical damage.
Yeah, we mentioned it before. I mean, this team is entirely physical damage on the side of Aries, so this Crimson's just going to do so much for their team fights. FTD, I mean, we know what this team do, right? They don't really mind too much if Aries are playing their game. They just believe in their own timings, and this just, again, feels like a game where they're not super worried about things. You know, they've made a couple of mistakes here and there, but they're not going to punish themselves too hard for it. They're just going to wait for their timings, and then they're going to come at Aries with everything they've got when they feel like they can win these fights. That's very much the MO of this team. Train getting a little bit sweaty there. Ooh, Jesus.
Yeah.
They see me?
Bombs. Gotta get out. Gotta get my tissues. Put it on my mouse. Okay, do you know which player it is that does that?
Oh, I can't remember. Is it Mushi?
You can't remember? How? How are you a real caster? You don't know who it is.
Okay, alright. Just because I don't know who puts tissues on their mouth. Come on.
It's Sidar.
Sidar, that's it, yeah.
Sidar, yeah. Dude, the guy, like, because I lived in a house with him, right? So this guy has like bags and bags of tissue, like literally box, like under his table, so he never runs out. I don't know how many tissues he uses per game, but it's a lot.
Oh god, that's not good for the environment. Meanwhile, Rain is going to get beaten down. Are you talking about maybe using a cloth or something, you know, save the trees and whatnot?
It just doesn't give him that feel like when he's using the mouse. Like we talked about that a bit. And he sweats so much that he needs to like constantly replace the tissue.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And sometimes when he's dead, he's like folding tissues.
What he needs is like an assistant to just wring out his cloth for him, you know, every now and again. Just have 2 cloths constantly rotating, and his assistant adds like a bucket next to them, and they just kind of wring out the sweat into a cloth and then into the bucket, and then try and Tusk in some trouble. He's been seen in the trees. Evergrid's going to come down as well, holding them still. The Doom's actually in some trouble here, but he's got that BKB. Wants to Doom up the Drow here. Can do so if he wants to. Fakes it a few times. Now does commit to Dooming up that Drow, but it gets stolen by the Rubik, and Doom is used back onto him as he's getting now beaten down by the Spider. Broodmother just tearing through the backlines of this fight. Phoenix is the queen of this engagement, but meanwhile, YG will at least be able to take down the tree and protect her, making at least something out of this fight. But I mean, Argwood never even turned up to this one. They never really committed very heavily to this, so...
Yeah. That was way poorly executed from FTD because they have no vision in that fight too. They use the Doom, and then the Rubik steals the Doom, and the Doom of the Rubik lasts way longer, right? That's a 40% additional time, like, whoever he Dooms up. So he just throws it back onto Doombringer, who's literally, you know, the highest net worth hero for FTD before he just died there. And I think Aries are very happy with that. Like, I just don't know at what point Arcwarden is going to be able to just straight up join a fight. Like you said, he didn't come because he didn't want to die, right? Yeah. He's so afraid that someone like Brood is just going to go on top of him.
Yeah. This is game's feeling a bit awkward at this point. When is Arcwarden going to do something? Well, we're going to have to wait and see.
I think if he gets the Hurricane Pike, MKB, and then a Shadow Blade, then yes. But that's a long ways away.
They're playing against a Brood as well, so...
But then again, this is China Dota, man. I'm telling you, this game might go to 50, 60 minutes. So I can't wait to see a 60-minute game with a Pirate Hat Arcwarden and Agony. That's what I want to see, man.
Oh yeah, digging up them runes for sure. Arcwarden getting beaten in by the Drow Ranger here. His clone, at least, anyway, gets killed off. Nice bit of gold.
You can also give so much farm for your Disruptor that way. Get him like into an Agonim's Refresher, you know. Take it super late game, and then, you know, FTD will win. I do think if this game goes like super late, like 60 minutes, that's okay.
Oh yeah, these fights seem hard, but now the fight breaks out as the BKB pop from the Doom here as they look forward onto the Slaughter. It's going to be the first target to go down here, but no, it's actually the Arcwarden who loses his life. Slaughter gets killed off as well on the sidelines, but now with the Tusk dead, there's no one here to save the Doom. He's just going to get himself run down as Phoenix, taking whoever he wants in this fight. Spider just doing everything in these engagements, and there doesn't seem to be an answer.
There was a really interesting engagement from Aries because they know the timer on the Doom because Rubik's Doom was like about to come back up, right?
Yeah.
And he stole at the same time. So they took an engagement right before Doom came off cooldown. So they knew FTD couldn't Doom anyone. So very strong game sense there from Aries.
Oh no, Prophet just gets completely annihilated.
You can't help but think like FTD should have just kept playing for the high ground and let the NP split push in this game instead of taking that fight on the tier 2, especially while Doom's still on cooldown.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of got jumped a little bit, but you got to expect to get jumped in this kind of game. But Aries do now back off, even though they only got the melee barracks, but that's all they really wanted from this. They will back themselves away.
They're okay with that. Dude, look at this Drow, man. She's about to finish Manta. She's happy. She's like, let me just get my next set of items. And then Broodmother finished AC. My
yeah,
God.
It's the Brood who I'm scared of, man. Like, this guy is ripped. AC, BKB, Aghanims, Diffusal.
Yeah, this is what you call a sugar mommy right here.
Oh, yeah.
About to bring you that W. I mean, we talked about this in the draft, right? Like, as soon as they picked this Brood into FTD's lineup, it didn't matter what other 4 heroes Aries had in him. Like, this Brood was just so, like, such a big outpick situation. And they haven't even been able to kill the Brood a single time in this game.
Agreed. Yeah, we expected them to try and have a plan to deal with Phoenix this game, but we never saw that plan come to fruition. Whether they thought of it or not doesn't really make a difference because they just never really had the opportunity to pull it off.
Right. But this is actually the same time, I think, last game where FTD started mounting a comeback. So let's not jump on that Aries wagon quite yet.
yeah, we went down this route before and it didn't end well for us.
We did.
So.
It really didn't, and I think FTD, personally, I would say they need to play the super late. They got the Arc Ward in, right? This Brood is gonna be 6-slotted soon anyway. Let her be 6-slotted, and then you just try to make your way back into the game. Because once everybody's 6-slotted in this game, I think the playing field is evened out. FTD should have a little bit of the edge with the Arc Ward.
Yeah, they're going to learn from their past mistakes as well. FTD, they're not stupid. They're going to be like, all right, well, getting caught under our tier 2 didn't really work out so hot for us, so let's make sure we're on the high ground next time, get lots of vision up to make sure that's the case. Identify your problems and then take steps to solve them. Just as in life. Meanwhile, Roshan is going to be the next target here with the Slardar. There's that Orb Corruption. That's our Orb Corruption. The Drow has it. I kind of see him giving the Orb Corruption to the Slardar and just leaving the Drow with the Groove Bow, because
attack range? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That makes sense too.
Molly shot's basically your attack range as well, so.
It's got Dragon Scale on the Slaughter. Yeah, that's a good item. I agree. Orb of Destruction. I mean, the Slaughter has to blink in and hit at least one time, right, for the bash, so you're gonna get that nice, juicy slow going. Just kind of nice.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize because it doesn't say anywhere, but multi-shot is based on your attack range. It's like a percent. It's like, I think, 2 times. Oh yeah, arrow range multiplier. Yeah. So.
Arrow range multiplier. Sorry.
But yeah, if you've ever seen it with Ballista, it is hilarious.
Oh yeah, maybe we will get to see it this game.
Hope so.
30 more minutes, baby. 30 more minutes.
What's the best tier 5 item in your opinion?
It has to be Mirror Shield, I feel like.
Yeah.
Or the refresher one, Ex Machina thing. What is that?
Ex Machina?
Called, right? Yeah. I have no idea what it's called. I've only seen it like a handful of times. But that seems like a good item.
Oh, come on, he made that. Okay, Ben, please. Let my boy out in that situation.
Yeah.
Rain.
I mean, Mirror Shield is so good because it gives you 20 stats and it reflects the spell.
Yeah.
Like, with such a low cooldown. It's actually quite ridiculous how good it is.
Yeah, Mirror Shield is a tasty one. It's reflect most targeted spells back to their caster once every 8 seconds. I mean, what? I think my favorite, just as previously mentioned, is the Ballista. I think the knockback is hilarious as well. It's good on some really unexpected heroes. If you've ever seen PL with it, because it works on illusions, it's a pretty good meme. You can just pop Manta and send your illusions into someone, and they'll just like knock them back across the map. I mean, maybe not that extreme, but it's pretty funny.
Oh, hello, Trump Protector. What you doing there, buddy?
Oh dear, yeah, what the?
God.
what is he doing here?
He was kind of word. He was wording. They got the word, and
okay,
they
okay.
noticed that he's inside there because it was a fresh word, right? So
He's
then
got
they killed him off.
he's got that blink and got a bit too carried away with it. I mean, well, that's gonna set Aries back for a little bit longer. Just continue drawing the game out, just as FTD want. Everything going to plan.
You know what else is good? Fallen Sky. That stuff is.
Fallen Sky's a great meme. Yeah, there's some heroes where you just feel great
I
playing
mean,
with
it's
Fallen Sky.
for your blink dagger, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I mean,
some
with the
heroes.
boots as well, you know, it's as much as the other items are really great. I think maybe when you look at it just from a plain perspective, I think Force Boots and Woodland Striders is just so damn good. Woodland Striders
Woodland Striders, yeah,
significantly
hell yeah.
better than
Woodland
Force
Striders.
Boots.
I think like a lot of tier 4 items are actually better than the tier 5 items too. Like Spell Prism. Spell Prism is so strong. Then you also have Ninja Gear on some heroes is just way too valuable. Like I guess you swap it out, right? Pop the Ninja Gear in, smoke yourself, then you swap it out for another item. Also really nice. But especially Spell Prism, like that item is way too good, I think. Especially even as a tier 4. Like 12 stats, 4 mana regen, and 20%.
Yeah, Spell Prism's pretty amazing. I think there's just a few which there's some heroes which completely love them. Like Illusionist Cape for the 10% bonus damage on illusions, like Naga and TB, like it's really hard to get them to get rid of those, you know, unless they pick up an Apex or something. Probably gonna hold on to that one. Minotaur Horn can be really good on some. I still think Flicker's massively underrated, sorry. I still think Flicker's like, yeah, it's got way more uses than sometimes realized.
Unfortunately, you can't like do anything against roots. You get Flicker, so
yeah,
Roots
it's an ability one, isn't it, which we learned.
So you guys might be wondering why the hell we're talking about tier 5 items. This game has slowed down a lot because one team has Arc Warden and the other team doesn't want to run into Arc Warden. And this is China Dota, so they're very calculated. They want the absolute perfect team fight. So let's see what happens here. There's 5 heroes alive on both sides.
I don't think anything's happening here, to be honest, but I've been wrong before. Doom's just going to plonk himself on the high ground. Everyone's sitting behind him. Team here. Yeah, root out onto the Drow. Okay, yeah, she is chunking through this Doom now. That's for sure. He hasn't really gained any. In fact, he's lost a lot of armor since earlier on in the game. So I don't really know how.
Well, not really. The starter just got higher levels.
Oh,
the haze is...
He was just out of range of some of the auras, yeah. Meanwhile, we'll jump in the sidelines here. They've actually managed to find the tree, and maybe there's a target they can bring down. They're just dropping the ultimate. They've already dropped the Drow here, and they're going to be able to kill up the tree as well. Meanwhile, Phoenix are running through the trees. This is the domain of Aries, but they've lost their tree, and I think they're going to back themselves now. Yeah.
I just want to say, all they accomplished from that was 530 damage on this tower. That's all they were able to... Oh, and the Glyph. Okay, fair enough. Glyph is kind of valuable, though. Glyph is valuable, but in damage, they only got 530, dude. They used Aegis, they had to sacrifice the Trem Protector, they used their BKBs. Oh my.
FTD are doing something.
Wait, are they? They're gonna go out? They got Doom up? They see it's 4 versus 5? I mean,
they're
Aries
hungry
are
for
smart.
it, but yeah, no, they saw this clone at mid, actually. I think they saw the clone spawn, and they were like,
Yeah.
that's not right.
Oh, that Arc Warden, once that Arcane Rune bottom, oh, it doesn't get it. Respawn, 36-minute rune. Yeah. I don't know, man. This game is getting into that late game territory, and things are starting to get... are going to start to get very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to get the tier 4 items coming out in exactly 40 seconds. And then if we smoke up, though, from Aries, they know that FTD feels a little bit comfortable at the moment because they just killed the tree and there's no Aegis, so they're trying to make a surprise play here.
I'm actually going to throw up buybacks. I think it's actually becoming quite important. Radiant are very aware of this as well. They're saving buybacks on their cores, so...
Oh, Disruptor. No, not Disruptor.
Right. See you later, buddy.
He almost had the E-Blade on this Disruptor, too.
Okay.
I mean, he could have bought it, but he wanted to hold buyback.
Meanwhile, Illusions and Clones are pushing in bottom. They're going to get themselves that tier 2. Pretty nice.
The Zoo.
They're coming, though. They're coming up that high ground. Aries, they want the disrupted buyback at the very least. A little bit surprised about this, but this is some aggression from them. They have an Aegis, but they're going to go for it regardless. Shiva's being used, jumping forward onto the Slardar here. Slardar's getting completely controlled up and beaten down. This Arc Warden's getting some real damage off now, and you gotta respect him. You have to respect him.
All the Doom has to do is sit in the bubble. That's all he has to do.
Yeah, the Drow can't do shit to him. You can't do anything to him.
And the Slaughter just got popped like that because he moved into the bubble, out of position, and all of a sudden, look at bottom tower, dude. They done more damage. FTD did more damage to the high ground than Aries did.
Oh man. Sorry, Dota Plus, but you're just wrong. Like, Dota Plus thinks they've been at like 95% for like the last like 10 minutes. I mean, maybe I could agree 10 minutes ago, possibly, but last 5 minutes, like, no, that's not even close.
FTD, they're gonna make a smoke play now because someone on Aries is dead, and they're smoking to the ward. This is great, but oh, it's too far away. No, he's good. They got.
Yeah, Glimpse back as well, just to really send him out of position. He's gonna say hello. They're gonna get lifted together. Romantic, but they both get taken down.
Oh, that Atos has been doing a lot of work this game.
It has, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it really has.
Remember when Atos was like a core item for a little bit, and everyone was just like, "Yay, Atos," and then everyone just completely forgot about it.
I think it got nerfed. Like, it used to be really good when it didn't have a
recipe.
Health, I think it didn't have a recipe, right? I don't know. They
it didn't have a recipe, and it gave you health rather than
right, exactly. During that time, it was amazing.
Yeah. Brian, you good, buddy? No, he's not good at all. He says, "I'm real bad, dude. I'm gonna beat in." 2 heroes dead now on the side of Aries. Oh, this might be a tower. Might be a tier 2. And tell you what, in this kind of game, not having your tier 2s up sucks. Like, against Nature's Prophet Arc Warden, you want to have every single out of tower you can get. And they've only got 1 left now.
Agreed. And they're even going to go high ground. They have 30 seconds.
Leveler on Arc Warden. Oh, God.
Okay, so there's actually no point for them to go high ground in this game for FTD because there's a Chimp Protector on the other side, right? So chip damage is completely irrelevant. He's just going to heal that back up. What they want, though, is a Roshan. Oh, wow. If they get this, I think Aries are going to be checked out, man. They got to take this fight.
They have to, but they're slow. They're so slow. This is going down quick. This Arc Warden doesn't mess around. He's doing a lot of damage to this Rosh, and he's going to fall. And that's a refresher as well on the Roshan.
Oh, did they get something on the courier? No, they didn't. No, they tried to swoop in the courier for, like, the Aegis or something like that, but...
Doom refresher. Oh man.
Yeah. So I told you, Nomad, don't jump on that Aries wagon.
Yeah. Yeah. We were cautious. We saw that wagon kind of start rolling down the hill, and we're like, hey, you know what? We're gonna stay on top of it now. We're just gonna kind of look the other way, and yeah, it came rolling and crashing into some rocks and capsized and fell off a cliff, and now the Aries wagon is looking like a sorry place to be indeed.
Exactly. Like FTD, their laning is probably not as good as Aries, and they don't really have good rotations, but they're so good at, like, you know, playing for the late game, securing their own farm in some ways, and just like being very chill.
Yeah. Exactly. They just know when to go, when to make the plays. Like, they're very hyper aware of their timings, which they kind of just integrate into their gameplay a lot.
And this Arc Warden illusion now is insanely powerful. So he's just going to put in the Prince's Knife whenever it's not at the tower, and when the creep wave is at the tower, he's just going to put in the Leveler before he throws on Tempest Double and sends it onto the tower. So all of a sudden, there's so much pressure coming out on the side of FTD, especially with the Aegis going into their hand too. Like,
Prince's Knife when you've got Scythe of Vice though? Seems like overkill.
Why not? I mean, you just like Hex once, then you follow up Scythe of Vice right after, right? Why not? Now you have like, what? 3.5 plus another 1.55 seconds of disable.
5 seconds of being an animal.
Exactly. You have to glyph bottom tower. Oh, jeez. Dude, that is not a good sign. That is not a good sign for Aries.
It's certainly not. It's certainly not.
And this is what I mean. Like, the Broodmother has been 6 slotted, right? She has a gem, but she can drop that for like another item, and at this point, this is where like she starts falling off heavily.
He was actually the one that picked up the Spell Prism, interestingly, as well.
It's not bad for your BKB recharge on your webs. You got that Hex too at a 17-second cooldown. I don't think there's anybody else who will take the Spell Prism anyway, unless it's a Rubik. But the Rubik hasn't been able to even spell steal for like the last 10 minutes, I want to say.
True.
He bought Ags, right? But like, what does he take in this game? All these spells are garbage are far from Doom.
Questionable, isn't it? Wow, look at this Prophet just jumping in. Oh, the man, the TP boots level 2 to get the clone in as well. YRG is a one-man army at this point. Come at me, bros. 4 heroes just running away from him. What an absolute flex. Do they not just have turned around and kill? I guess he's got Cheese, he's got Crimson, he's got Lotus. Yeah, that's not something you can kill easily.
Nah,
Kinda funny,
they
though.
have to worry that the rest of FTD is nearby, right? And he's got the cheese, so if he pops that, then you're just too late at killing him. You're just gonna get wiped after that, even if you do kill him.
Yeah.
All the T2s are dead now in the game for both teams. 1k advantage for Aries, that's it. Let's take a look at XP. What is XP at? In the favor of Aries. Though.
Oh, they're good. Hey, that's what happens when you've been spread out the map for most of the game, though, right? Like,
right. Well, no, I think it's like FTD's clone is the one, the Arc Warden clone is the one pushing all the lanes, right?
yeah, true that. True that.
I'm getting a whole lot of experience for that reason. I think if the clone actually gave XP to the real Arc Warden, that shit would be.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, Midas just would be way too good. Like, you'd have to, if they did that, they'd have to make it so Midas didn't give you the extra XP. And that's kind of why I was wondering if it's still good to go Midas on Arc Warden. I mean, I guess he does like the attack speed a bit, but not absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, like, early game, you got the illusion with you, so you will get the XP, right? Like, when you're farming together. But it's like, when it's split pushing, that's the problem.
Oh, so it still gives you the XP if you're in range with the Midas? Dude, but my God, put it into your inventory. Gordon, what are you doing, man? Stop triggering me.
No, it's the Aegis. It's the Aegis. Because it doesn't show, right? Because the illusion can't have Aegis, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's like a blank space there. But the real Arc Warden has it.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
Might be.
No problems. Got you, bro.
Sorry for Flame.
It's alright. Happens. You know, sometimes when we're like the most upset is when there's something that we don't understand. So next time we should always like that helps me, right? When I don't understand something, I just think about like from their perspective what's happened. And then I'm like, oh, now that makes sense before I actually say something.
Open your mind and you can open your heart. Anyway. I mean, now it's Aries' turn to kind of chill inside the base. They're kind of like, well, we messed this one up. What do we do now? I don't know. Wait, I guess. Okay, cool. Sounds good. They'll run it. Their Aegis will go away eventually. In fact, it has already gone away. Now they can feel free to leave their base a bit and maybe try and do something on this and that. I mean, what's the play from Aries here? Do they go and find kills? Do they just hang out together and wait the end of time? Who knows? Who knows? But we do have the tier 5 items coming up in 15 minutes. That very early prediction from Theban still might be coming true. I think I might have lost Theban here, guys.
No, I'm right here. I'm just watching what's happening on the map. I'm just so like intrigued by the positioning of this Arc Warden and where he's throwing his illusions and such. Yeah, and also I do think that when the Arc Warden clone uses the Midas, it gives you experience, even if it's like across the map. So we can just watch in 40 seconds. He's gonna use it, and then you'll see what happens.
All right, we'll keep an eye out for that one.
Yeah.
I'm sure the geniuses in Twitch chat know.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works, but like I'm kind of doubting myself because you asked me, right? It's like I'm starting to like actually doubt myself. But like I mean, the creeps that the illusion kills won't give you any XP if you're like far away, right? Like that's what I'm talking about when it doesn't get XP.
No, yeah, I knew that, but I thought Midas didn't give you XP either.
All right, here we go. Watch. Okay.
All right, we're ready, everyone. We're all gonna learn together. 12 seconds.
8 seconds.
They don't use his own Midas at the same time.
1526 right now. He's gonna use Arc. He's gonna use a Midas. He's not using Midas yet.
If this thing dies, I'm gonna be super triggered here. Right, and Midas it.
Midas. Yeah, there. He got XP. Easy.
Oh, I wasn't watching.
I told you. Yeah, he was at 1526. He went up to 1645 on his real hero.
Oh, okay. That's neat then.
So when his illusion like Midas,
well, in which case, Arc Warden, we need to have a conversation because I saw him Midasing Spiderlings earlier. I assumed that's because he wasn't getting XP from his clone, but if Mr. ... was I believe his name is Rampage. If Rampage was minusing Spiderlings and missing out on all that sweet XP, then yeah, we need to have a little conversation, sir.
Yeah. So I just want to let people know what's happening right now, because I'm pretty sure they're like, what is this China Dota farm fest? What's happening is both teams don't have Aegis. One team has Arc Warden, so Dire doesn't want to push into that and die like the last 6 times they tried to do that. So they're just waiting for an opportunity where FTD make a mistake and Aries like take advantage of that, or Aries like try to go and take Roshan once it spawns again. Like Aries just is everything at this point in the game. Next Roshan might even have an Aghanims on it. That could be nice for some of these teams too. Like maybe Trend Protectors takes that, and he's got these little eyes on the map, and that will allow them to get some pickoffs. But right now, like FTD are just playing super annoying. This Arc Warden is just chilling in the base. He's not leaving in any way, so they can't get to him and kill him and make him buy back. And he's already 6-slotted too. And on Dire, the Broodmother and Jaw Ranger are also 6-slotted at this point, and they're not really sure what items they can buy that will allow them to get to this Arc Warden.
Is this our casting strategy for this super late game scenario where nothing's really happening, where we can just be like, and now tuning in for your hourly Theban update?
Yeah,
and then we just go back to talking garbage.
Yeah, exactly. What's next? 12 more minutes, guys, for tier 5 items. This is what we've been talking about since minute 30. Like, I think minute 29, I'm already like, I'm seeing this game go to 60 minutes.
Yeah, man.
At this rate.
It was a pretty big prediction.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure people in chat are like, what are these idiots talking about? Like, what? It's just 30 minutes in a game. What do you mean it's going to go to 60 minutes? Well, you know, when you played as much Dota and have as much experience as I do, you will also realize, like, these games are going to come this late. I've seen too much Arc Warden games, man.
You know, because I've got time, I'm just going to alt tab and quickly make a countdown for when Roche time is up.
It's gonna spawn in 1 minute.
Sorry, not Roche time, I mean the tier. Let's see. Current time is
49:29. So 10 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Oh, they got a tier 3 tower. Bottom. Okay. Alright, Spiders. Did some shenanigans down there. They managed to get a tower. Kinda nice. Should we take a look at the level 25s of all the heroes right now, what they decided to go for? Actually, there's only 2 players on level 25. It's the Drow Ranger and the Brood. Drow has 30% cooldown reduction, and the Broodmother went for the plus 50 insatiable hunger damage and life. Oh, fight breaking out.
Fight breaking out. They're going onto the slot. I'd start this one off, and he's just going to get absolutely shredded here, as he is not surviving this engagement. Meanwhile, Rubik, was he able to steal it? No, he got Scorched Death. Disappointing. That axe for nothing. And they're just immediately looking for more here. They've got the clones come forward here. Going on to Haruta. They actually managed to get off the Scythe of Vice. Is it going to be enough, though? Doesn't look like it. The Drow makes it back up to the high ground. This should be Roshan secured for the Radiant side.
Dire's top tower is
Pretty big deal.
Dire's courier.
It is. I mean, they're going to get this Roshan. I don't feel like Aries had any opportunity to try and contest this Roshan anyway, because this Doom still has a refresher from the previous Roshan. Oh, wow. That's a refresher and an Aghanim. Okay, so this is the 4th Rosh, so it drops both items, right? I still thought the 4th Roshan was like a, whatever, 50-50, but now you get both. Who's
going to get the fat dub?
Yeah. Oh, bottom racks though. Spiderlings. Holy shit, they're doing so much damage.
Oh, it's Brood 25? Yeah, okay. Oh, she didn't get the... Oh, no, sorry. Spider damage to 20. I'm drunk.
That's a... Yep.
Yeah. The clone comes back to defend, though. The Exterminator is here.
Right. But that's a pretty good play from the Brood, though. Like, to constantly split push this bottom lane and to try and get at least one more Axe here. Taking a little bit of time to do Roshan. This Roshan is quite tanky.
Oh man, my timer's a little bit off. My timer's way too off, Jesus. Anyways, they're actually taking the fight right now, but this isn't Rubik kind of sitting on the front lines and getting his ass beaten in right now. Just kind of gonna leave him for dead. See you later, Rubik. Good luck, buddy. And maybe FTD look to go high ground. Is it possible?
I don't think so. I think they're gonna push out the lanes and then go to the high ground, and then this Rubik's gonna buy back, and they're just gonna like chill out for a bit because they used the refresh. Oh, they didn't use the refresher yet. Okay, they still have it. I thought they used it. Okay, but they will try to get like one more pick off because if they go high ground middle with like 5 heroes, the Brood's just gonna push in bottom, and then you're gonna have to go back. So I think they could use like maybe a smoke here and try to get a pick. That's probably the best choice. Check out the Doom's items. He's got a Radiance with an Octarine core, so he's got a lot of lifesteal going. He can eat up the Aghanim Scepter, and then because of the spider legs, he doesn't need boots.
Very smart.
Very.
And they go once again. The Doom comes out, Hex out onto him. Meanwhile, they're looking towards this Brood, and they're going to be able to take him down. Phoenix out for the count. Has to buy back into this one. Meanwhile, they look towards the Drow here, but this is just a clone. This is just an illusionist cape. They won't be able to bring down the real McCoy. But they're onto the high ground now. Damage being dealt to the tier 3 tower. Already the buyback on the Brood, and they're holding back on that Rubik for now. Meanwhile, the clone just coming in and really looking to deal some damage in towards this Drow Ranger. But, well, actually back on themselves up on FTD. Oh, really?
Yeah. 5 alive, man. I'm telling you, dude, this is China Dota. 5 alive, you gotta just respect it. You gotta back off. I mean, it's true, though. You can't go high ground when, like, all your opponents are sitting there, right? You might be fighting up into, like, what, 9 heroes. The Sardar, the Rubik, the Drow, and the Trent also have buybacks.
And this is a rough game for Aries. It's just a slow burnout here. I mean, can we give him a percentage chance to win? What's Dota Plus say? Dota Plus thinks it's still 46% chance for them to win this game.
Okay, so I think if FTD make a high ground push and the Arc Warden gets overgrowthed and then Refresher second overgrowth, there's a chance Aries can win the. I do believe that. I strongly believe that, actually, that they have an opportunity to be able to win a fight. But they need to be able to see the Arc Warden. The problem is Arc Warden has been playing like 5 screens away and just using his pole.
Yeah, true enough. But surely he's got a refresh shard now. He wants to get into these fights and do stuff. They're still chipping away at this tower. Well, I say chipping away at this tower. They're not really getting a whole lot done with the Drow. Might be in some trouble here, actually. She's getting beaten on down. She's silenced up, punched up, and the Drow is out for the count. She's going to buy back into this one, though. Meanwhile, the Slaughter, he is doomed and in some trouble. Meanwhile, the Rubik tries to steal something, but actually only just gets the Frost Shards. That's a decent job of catching out the Prophet, though. Prophet's actually being left behind. Now the Overgrowth comes down from the tree. Meteor Hammer going to come down onto just the one of them as well. As they take down the Aegis on the Doom. Now they go for fight number 2. They don't have enough mana for the second Overgrowth, unfortunately. Meanwhile, the Doom, he's kind of just turning around on this one. Getting up to that high ground with those spider legs. Not afraid to fight, but the Drow's doing too much damage. Moist Shot coming through as well. And they actually have the Arc Warden hexed up. Maybe they can bring him down. Drow trying to come to the front of this fight. They'll focus on the clone instead. Meanwhile, Rico gets taken down by said clone. They will get it killed, though. Meanwhile, a buyback comes out from the Rubik as Aries continue. And will they want to find anything here? A nice lift up, throwing the Prophet back. And they're going to try and protect him. A stun comes in from the Slardar, but the force back comes to the Nature's Prophet here. Meanwhile, Slardar and the Drow pushing forwards, but it's Phoenix who's wrapping around the side. He's got the Hex, but the Nature's Orb going to reflect it. Nature's Prophet still okay as the Ethereal Blade comes out. LWW looking at the back lads. He's got the 5-man Overgrowth, but now the damage comes through onto the Doom. Storm comes out as well. The Nature's Prophet is one struggling on the front lines as they look over towards him. The Snowball going to come over. Is it going to be enough to save that Prophet? I don't think so. 1 is dead. 2's going to go down as well. Meanwhile, Lockwood is still trying to fight up on the sidelines. Kills us, slide up on the front lines where the problem lies. As down goes Disruptor as well. Phoenix continuing to chase a TP comes out from the Arc Warden. He's going to survive this one. Gets himself back. And in the end, it just ends up being, I mean... Both it's not even a convincing fight from either team. That's the bottom line here. Neither team won that fight. Everybody bought back. It's oh my. Okay, can you break it down a little bit further than this for us? I mean, I guess Arc Warden wins, right? That's the bottom line.
So the bottom line. Okay, you have to start with the bottom line, or you have to start of what actually happened.
Start with the conclusion, work our way back. That sounds like the best way.
Okay, the conclusion is both of these teams are gonna start playing so scared for like the next 10 minutes now because nobody has buybacks in this game apart from the Arc Warden. Okay. So,
yeah, and the tree,
okay, sure, the tree. Okay, but what happened was FTD. I think they got a little bit too impatient. They started a fight on Aries' high ground. Aries have buybacks on every hero but the Broodmother. So unless FTD jumped the Broodmother and killed them first, it was not a very strong initiation there. So starting the fight, Draw buys back, they go on the Doom, they go on the NP buys back, TPs into the Clash, and then while they're trying to retreat after Aries spent all their buybacks, the NP was getting caught, so they had to protect him, right? Because if they lose the NP, then they're going to be 4 versus 5 for the remainder of the next 3 minutes or whatever. So they did their best to defend it. Trent got enough mana to cast a second Overgrowth. They kill the NP. Slardar dies though because he bought out too, and then it's an even game once again. And at this point, I want to say 12k gold lead is nothing, guys. Like,
It's
don't even
nothing.
look at the gold lead.
That
It's
is the
actually
Arc Warden's,
irrelevant.
like, that was Arc Warden's pocket gold before the fight ended, you know. He had 11k
Yeah,
in the bank
exactly.
before the fight ended.
Yeah.
Just as the fight ended, sorry. And he's got an Aghanim's Blessing and a Moonshot now. Come on, dude, dig up some runes. What is he doing? You got a spell off cooldown, man.
I mean, I thought the Arc Warden was actually going to die in that fight. He had, like, what, 500 HP or
Bounty
something?
straight away. And a loot.
If the Arc Warden had to die in buyback, I think they would have been playing even more safe right now on the side of FTD.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, look at this. Both teams are just on their side of the map. No one is showing. Everyone's afraid. I would have to give the edge out to FTD, though, because they have these summons that they can just keep on sending into Aries. And Aries don't have that ability to push the lanes out easily.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And this Arc Warden is an absolute monster. Like, compare the Arc Warden to the Drow, and the Drow is actually not that strong. She's not really doing... She's doing a decent amount of damage for sure, and she can get her damage off in the fights, which is important with multi-shot. However, the Arc Warden is just having way bigger impact with the clones and with the lockdown and with the disables. Like,
she has the Aghanim's scepter now, though, on the Aghanim's blessing on the Drow.
oh, split
So
shot,
that's
great. Good job
it's
going
really-
high ground.
This game, dude. Oh.
It's not ending anytime soon. Strap yourselves in, Twitch chat. We're in this for the long run, and all the audience members non-chatting as well. Everybody just, yeah. Buckle down, folks. Let me tell you about a story when I was a child. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna focus on the game still a bit because we got tier 5 items coming up soon. This is where I really like. People should stack for tier 5 items. I'm fairly sure, but this never happens. No one stacks past, but I'm sure you should stack for tier 5 items.
Listen, no man, no one is thinking about stacking 60 minutes into the game. They're thinking like, where did we go wrong? Why are we in this mess right now?
Get that clone. Watching them trying to kill. I actually killed the clone pretty easily. MKB helping out a lot there.
Yeah. I think what's gonna happen next is the Draw just needs to save gold and buy a Rapier.
Like Divine, yeah.
Like, well, you don't need this MKB anymore. You just upgrade to Rapier, then you got that 100% piercing, and then you're Gucci. You then dig out all the damage in the world on the side of Aries. Like, Arc Warden is capped out too, right? Everybody in this game is essentially capped out at this, except for the Slaughter. This man is he's a poor lad.
He's a poor fish.
I bet he wishes he got like a mine.
Trying to do his best.
Regeneration.
Bottom lane, there's a little bit of heads poking down. They want to see what's up. Maybe get a little Rubik kill. No, okay, all right, no worries.
One thing going the way of Aries is the Aghanims on the Trend Protector. It's like constantly giving vision now on the map, and FTD is like, oh god, we gotta destroy all these trees. Please give us a woodland strider or something. It's like that's the only thing they can probably use to be able to get rid of these things faster. Oh, they have the spider legs. Wait, does the woodland striders remove trees when you walk over them, or does it only create the trees? I've never actually used the item, so I wouldn't know.
I think it gives you flying movement. I'm not sure on that though, to be honest. To be perfectly honest.
Okay, never mind. So it's just the spider legs. I gotta just show you all the trees of the Trend Protector. So okay, let's see what items we got here. This is like Christmas,
Fallen
man.
Sky Doom. Yeah, this is when the game gets a little bit fun. We got ourselves Fallen Sky Doom, Book of the Dead Prophet. Oh god, Book of the Dead Prophet. I mean, don't you want to put that on the Arc Warden for like double Book of the Dead?
I think you give the book to the Disruptor and let him farm weight. Get him some net worth. I think that's what you got.
Seer Stone Rubik. Right. Oh, Stygian Desolator on the Drow. Not actually the best hero to get Stygian Desolator on. And Ex Machina also being picked up. But yeah, I mean, Drow never really see a buying Desolator. I think you give this over towards the oh yeah, Apex Drow. Oh, hell yes. Oh my god. Oh god. Hey, you know Apex and agility bonuses. Yeah, I mean, all right, cool. Just making sure we're all on board with that one. 500 damage on the Drow now. No worries. Oh my god.
That's crazy. That's crazy. No, she needs a rapier, man. She needs a rapier right now. Let's see. So Rubik Seer Stone. That's a big item.
I've never seen someone. Sorry, I've just never seen anyone just flat out buy a trident before. He just like gets the money. For... What's he done? He messed up. Oh, there we go. Arc Warden. He's calling Poseidon because he's got a trident.
Okay. All right.
And Woodland Striders again. I don't know who takes that actually. Maybe
Guess
Slardar.
just
Yeah, Slardar.
someone who doesn't want their boots. That'd be nice.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Interesting trident.
Yeah, I mean it gives so much. Like, well, I mean it gives 30 actually. It gives 30 of everything except movement speed. Yeah, and this is just like Arc Warden's bread and butter here. I mean, every hero likes Trident, but heroes which make use of like all the stats all round just feel so much better with it. Like this hero's gonna feel OP, but the Drow's gonna feel like they both basically got the item they most want here. Wait,
Dude, did you see that? The spark.
What the hell? Oh, with the cast range, the Seer Stone.
Yeah,
What is this? What is this?
Actually, I love Seer Stone like on heroes like Rubik, for example, right? Look at the range of the telekinesis. He can actually lift someone from that hill into the Roshan pit almost.
I'm sorry, I'm still focusing on the Spark Wraith cast range here. He's just
Bottom tower.
no Disruptor, careful! Oh my god, you gotta respect it.
High ground. Wow. Oh, bottom illusion. Get rid of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the draw took the Woodland Strider, so she wants the speed. Fair
okay.
enough.
Okay. Yeah, I guess the
Wait,
ability is
the
pretty
Apex,
important. So
though,
Slardar has the Apex. Yeah, really, man? Like, the Apex is so good on draft. Roshan's being taken, by the way, guys. You need to get yourself back. Phoenix is TPing on over, and then comes the Slardar. He's going to start things up with a stomp as the one-shot comes through as well, doing a decent amount of damage to start this fight. They're focusing down the Tusk here. Tusk is going to lose his life inside the stance. First casualty of it. He's going to buy back into it. Meanwhile, Nature's Prophet hanging around the back here. But the Slardar, he's looking for an entry point as they get back into this fight, but Rain's actually dead on the back lines here to Phoenix. They've already lost 2 now. FTD are losing this fight, but the stolen Doom from the Rubik's actually going to throw it back down onto Doom, and he's going to lose his life as well. Meanwhile, this whole time, there was actually some split push going on from YRG because Roshan goes the way of Aries. A huge fight from them. Absolutely massive. They don't even know who takes this Aegis. They're actually going to give it over to the Drow in the end. Aghanim's went to...
Oh no, Brood took it. Oh no, that's so bad.
Well, doesn't everyone have an
Why
Aegis anyway?
Sada didn't have one.
No, he got
Gonna
it.
give it to-
He got it. He's got the Aghanim's Blessing.
Dire's
Okay. I thought he ate the Aghanim's blessing and put his own eggs in the backpack.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I thought
Fair
so as
enough.
well.
All right, Sada got it. Ooh, good thing because that's
No
a
worries.
pretty big item for Sada. It's
Jesus,
like adding
this Drow.
4,000 network. Yeah, so that fight, it was kind of skeptical because actually, you know what it was that ruined the fight for FTD? It was Seer Stone Rubik.
Yeah,
Seer
oh
Stone
yeah.
Rubik is like sitting on the high ground, casting all his spells. They can't see him. They can't get to him. He steals the Doom. He gets that really nice telekinesis. You know, it's just impossible for them to deal with this Rubik at this point, and they have to kill him. Actually, I think he's the most valuable hero to kill off. Also, the Disruptor ran into the team fight, and Drow and Broodmother popped both their BKBs, and he couldn't drop any ult.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
fight.
I was going to make that point as well, that the Disruptor just kind of dying in the middle because he didn't stay far enough back. I really do kind of want to say that he was too far forward, and his ulti is actually a huge factor in this game. If you can get off that ulti before BKBs come off, or even after BKBs are off, it's going to make a massive difference because there's so many items they need to be using. I guess another reason why Drow's gone for the Woodland Stride as well is the cooldown, which I forgot about, but the cooldown reduction at 25 means that, excuse me, the Drow can use it a bit more heavily as... Oh my god, that's a rather significant amount of damage from that clone. Titanic even being popped by the Drow here just to kill off a clone. Doesn't feel great. Doom is going to be allowed to naturally respawn though, which is pretty nice. They only lose 1 barracks for it. At this point, racks mean nothing. We've got the Book of the Dead on Nature's Prophet. You've got all the trees and everything coming down as well. So these lanes are actually, you know, the only thing which matters is mega creeps, I would say, at this point. Is that fair? But no. Not I mean,
I agree. I mean,
okay.
at this point, like they just have to wait for all the heroes to revive and see like what they can do after that. These Raxes don't mean anything. Even if they get megas, it actually doesn't mean anything. Both of these teams have enough damage in their lineup to be able to one-shot the other.
Yeah.
So, oh man, I wonder how much longer this game's gonna go now. Look at the MP, just TP's in here, drops like the Book of the Dead, and oh my goodness, they got wave pop.
as well. Oh my god, this tower is falling. It really do be falling. Drow just kind of sit in the front. Drow. There we go.
She's okay. I don't know, man. The Drow has to get Rapier at this. I feel like it's all the MKB.
is under
Get the Rapier.
attack.
Let's go.
Yeah, why not? She's got Lincoln's in her
Doesn't-
backpack.
She doesn't do enough damage anymore. Like, it's freaking 67 minutes in the game. You don't have a raid player. What you doing, bruh?
I'm actually triggered she gave up the Apex still, but I do understand it. I think movement speed is very important, but at the same time, I mean, you're a hero which gets bonus agi, and the most agi like you can get from a single item in the game, and she's like, nah, I'll pass. It's fine. Alright, well, I mean, this Brute's been, I want to say a non-factor, but that'd be completely untrue, because in the last fight, he actually turned up and just wrecked fools with the Stygian Desolator. Like, he really does mess up a couple of heroes in this one. Especially that Doom, because there's only so much armor he can get. Clone is such a monster. I don't even know, well, I mean, I know why Arc Warden's pushing waves now, but he does not need any more money. Like, he literally cannot fit any more items inside of him.
He cannot.
The piggy bank is full.
I mean, what can he do? He can pull moon shards to his allies.
Yep, that's about it. Meanwhile, Doom being lifted up here. He's actually really far forward. The Lodestorm comes down, but they're actually able to bring him down. But Hirut is actually not doing that much. Finally, the Doom shall fall. He has the buyback, though. Meanwhile, the Prophet also being lifted up and controlled in this situation. Two heroes caught out here. Really sloppy from FTD. Let's see how much this costs them. They're going straight up here. They want to grab themselves a Mega Creep, still holding that buyback on the Doom and the Prophet, but now it comes out as the clone's being jumped upon. The Elf Growth actually cancelled out by the Yules coming out from the Disruptor, and now it drops down the ultimate only onto the tree, but they believe it's the most important enough, and they won't be able to kill him off. Meanwhile, the Doom's onto the Slider on the sidelines. Meanwhile, the Drow, they're trying to fight up, and look at the damage! Oh my god! Arc just turning around and smashing her face, and now she's respawning on the high ground. She needs some help here, but she's not going to get it. The team's just running away, 4-staff down. Actually going to help her out. Arc wants to keep on chasing, and actually Rain's going to be the one to jump on the front lines here, but he just gets blown up. Hiruta's not fucking around, and now they've got the Arc Warden caught out, beaten down. Another kill for the Drow. They don't have the Tusk, they don't have the Disruptor, he doesn't have buyback, he doesn't have the money for it. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a hard defense. They're gonna go for it anyway. Doom pop that BKB and going in on the front lines. Meanwhile, the Arc Warden sent back with the clone here. Gotta be careful as an H Prophet stands up. Doesn't have a BKB, doesn't have anything as they jump in deep, and down goes the Arc Warden for a second time. Doom as well, being controlled up. This fight is just not going their way. They're still doing a decent amount with the clone, but it's not nearly enough damage to bring them back into this game. And they are gonna lose absolutely everybody. And now all that's left is to take down the Ancient, as Aries will finally be able to finish off this game in the super 69 minute game. They do manage to pull out the victory with a 22k worth lead, just nothing at this point in the game. But my god, I mean, who expected this team to win in the super late game against an Arc Warden?